Good morning, everyone. Hope we're all doing better today. This one is for Sunday, January 5th, and I'm going to ask, are the Dems planning for a fight? Are they gearing up for a fight tomorrow? January 6th, when, when the electoral college vote certification is supposed to be done, and to me it seems like it'd be the perfect time, or even today could be the perfect time, anytime, to exercise Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which disqualifies Trump from holding office, also disqualifies those 147 Republicans who, Congress people, well, Matt Gaetz already resigned, but all the others who voted to overturn the election. So, okay, I'm keeping this here because it seems like my camera makes a weird noise when it doesn't have anything to focus on. So, anyway, it's the Visions of Life Tarot by Taroko Studio. If you like this deck, it's easy to find online. Okay, but what's going on Sunday? January 5th, 2025. What's going on in government? It is, with the Dems. Well, and even if there's an honest Republican congressperson out there, hey, I'll take it. Oh, goodness. What are they planning? Right there. Okay. So here's our card that fell out. It's Eight of Swords, which has to do with restrictions. Okay. Are they going to restrict themselves, or are we going to have restrictions coming from them towards Don the Con, Felonious, 45? Yeah. Okay. Five of Cups, regret. It says estrangement, and if you buy this deck, there's one that's like, I think it says disappointment, where they spelled the word wrong. But maybe if you get a new deck, I've had this deck for a few years. If you get a new one, maybe they fixed it. So anyway, it's produced by an Italian company. So with the five, let's just go with the artwork. Tongue-tied. Their biggest challenge is to not say something. Their biggest challenge is to get their tongues working right and protect us. Okay, I'll go with that. Knight of Wands. So what's going to happen today? We do have some enthusiastic action, some moving forward with some ideas, trying to move forward with some strength, but quick movement most of all. Oh, we have the Star. Okay. I have always gotten, when I use the Lennies, with Kamala, I would always get the Star card. But, let's just go with the traditional meaning. It is hope. It's faith. It's hoping, and eventually your hope turns into faith if you can hold the faith. All right. Four of Cups, boredom. That's kind of like not doing anything. I don't like that one. This one's up here right at the center. So I actually don't like that one. Let's keep going. Waiting. And Page of Cups. Why do we have transformative butterflies flying on rocks? What? That I can't relate to, so I'm just going to read the traditional Page of Cups, which is, messages. All the pages have to do with messages, and the Page of Cups especially is very creative and very sensitive, especially to new beginnings that bring in some more synchronicity. Let's see what was at the bottom of the deck. Oh, we've got the death card. You know, this is the one to me. It's like the big can of whoop ass upside the head. But yeah, there's an ending. And then we also have the Ten of Swords. Whoa. Okay, you guys. If I were using the traditional, you know, Rider-Waite-Smith like I have right here, let me show you something. My channeling Fire Marshal Bill, Jim Carrey. Let me show you something. Got to do the teeth though, but I have chapstick on. It won't work. Oh, come on. There's a Ten of Swords, right? Faceplant. It's done. Oh, and then the Death card. When you get these two together, in fact, only when I get these two together, or at least this one in the Four of Swords, would I predict somebody being unalived. Now, I'm not saying the Dems have anything to do with that, but they're done. They're totally just done with something. They're done with the treachery. Wow, okay, we'll just have to see. There's a chopstick here. Okay. To have the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Swords all together, I mean, this one is the forces in motion, so it's a kind of standalone, stronger card, okay? The challenge being the Five of Cups is loss and grief, but with the artwork in this card, you know, and you have to go with the deck you're using and get the extra information that way. You know, this is tongue-tied. Their challenge is to get their tongues working right, is what I think, is to get it all out there, to not hold back. But then again, there might be some of them that they've had it to the point that, well, there's either a fear of speaking out, or they've had it to the point where there's just no regrets and they're going to say it. But I was asking, are they planning to fight? If they're planning to fight, the restrictive card is no. And if they're planning to fight, the Five of Cups is no, because there's grieving and loss. And the tongue's tied here. But they're looking at enthusiastically moving forward with some hope. But the Four of Cups is like, are they going to do anything? Or maybe we could just ignore the word boredom here. And, you know, apathy, which is one of the true meanings for that card, and just go with the artwork and say, you know, look at those eyeballs popping out, and they are running out of time. What are they waiting for? When we've got well, maybe they're waiting for tomorrow. But when we have the Hanged Man, I mean, the artwork even with this, it's like they're bound to the tree, which could be all the branches of the government, and here's a document, or at least some complaints, and they're waiting for something, like suspension and waiting, and maybe they're working on creating something. Well, okay. So it looks, but it does look to me like they're coming in with a big can of whoop ass upside the head, and they're not taking it anymore. That's pretty much the way I see it, but it might not happen today, okay? Which makes sense. It would be tomorrow, because I was asking, what are they planning? Okay, if we look at it from that way, they're planning on restricting so that they won't have any regrets, and they're enthusiastically moving forward with some hope of not sinking. This guy's holding onto a rock here. And, yeah, maybe that's a good sign. Be like a rock. You know, like Led Zeppelin, be like a rock, not to roll. This is the only one that confuses me. And then, well, actually, even these two are kind of just. So what are they going to do? I think it is that they're going to wait and they have a plan, and they're waiting for the 6th. Interesting. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, because these two cards, man, to have the Death card and the Ten of Swords, wow. Wowzers. Okay, let's, so, I'll do another one to figure out tomorrow's. We'll get that done later. I was able to move my schedule around a little bit, so I'm not having to get all the videos done in one day like I thought. Okay, this one is for you guys. I already have shuffled the deck quite a little bit. It's called the Omnito Magic. Shazam! It's the Magic Lenormand, or Lenormand, if you want to pronounce it in French. Or if you're like me, I get lazy and just call them the Lennies. Okay, so what do you guys need to know? What would be the most helpful information for Sunday, January 5th? Right there. Oops, looks like I have my deck upside down. Okay, no, it was just that one card. Okay, so we have the tree. This is usually, let me bring this down. There we go. This is usually about health, but it can be about lineage and ancestry. It can also be about being very grounded. Then we have the rider. This could be going out for a walk in nature. Tree bathing, like forest bathing, right? Oh, taking your doggy for a walk. And then with the moon, now we just had the new moon, but maybe we can start to see that sliver if it's clear for you. I'm socked in with clouds and fog, but you guys are probably getting some really beautiful glimpses of the stars. And then we have the lily. So this combination here makes me feel like the best thing that we can do, and this might be for just any day, right, is to love up your fur babies. And of course they always love us back, so you just hang out in that love. Make sure you get out. Of course you always have to take them for a walk, but maybe spend more time grounding, consciously grounding when you're out for your walk. Maybe it's about slowing down a little. This card reminds me of going fast. And maybe it's like running out to the mailbox. Well, the tree is saying, let's slow down. Let's slow down and take our time. Let's focus into our life force. This is a card that has everything to do with that rooted kind of feeling, being rooted. It's also a card that has to do with connecting to our higher self and our guides. It's all about the brain and nutrition. So, yeah. It can also be maybe waking up in the morning, having a dream about a past life, because it's generally a card about past life and then our karmic past as well. On the more mundane level, it look to me like, going out for a walk and being grounded, but the doggy is also one of the really strong cards in the deck for our spirit guides and protectors, angels. So there's quite a bit of that. Now the moon is a card that usually has to do with psychics and your psychic abilities. So, wow, with all of these cards, 2 cards representing our guides, and then psychic abilities coming through, listening to your guides when you're going for a walk. The moon is also about the public. So this could have to do with the loyalty of your friends when you go out and you do some things together. With the Lily card, this is harmony and purity and honesty, and it is a wintertime card. So maybe the walks go fast because you're trying to stay warm. Right, I could see that. But the Rider has to do also with deliveries. Any type of mail deliveries or, postal, UPS, FedEx, all that stuff. All those delivery companies. But I would say most of all, it's about having a lot of fun being with if you have a fur baby, being with your fur baby and going for a walk. But if you don't, whether you have a doggy that you're walking, or even some cats go on leashes and go for walks too. Any pet, if you don't have that, it is really about getting out and going for a walk in order to get some pure guidance coming through. Excellent. Reminds me of that old saying that angels talk to those who walk. So, okay, that's all I have today. Take good care as always. Bye.